Hi everybody, welcome back. So in today's video,
I was dating a single father, not for long at all, and I think that's where the big problem lied. And then we got married, and I felt so pressured and so rushed. But as a Christian, I was thinking I really should take this leap of faith because at the time I had nowhere to live, and so I lived with him. And God's not a fan of shacking up. So he was like, we need to get married, we need to get married. So we got married I had met him in March and we got married in July. I never saw myself marrying a single father. I actually never even thought about it because I never met any single father before. Everyone I knew, if they were a single parent, it was a mom who was a single mom. He told me that the boy's mom wasn't involved, and I figured that would be okay for me because I'm a pretty territorial person. If this is my family, this is my family. I'll just share a little bit of my experience, and it'll be different based on who you're marrying and their personality type. Another important key to mention is my husband is 19 years older than me. One problem is my husband thinks that he's choosing between me or his son. It's never just like this. It doesn't feel like we're just this happy little family. It's her or him. I spoke to him yesterday. We're going through something weird right now. I don't even know what it is. Maybe it's a separation. And he mentioned that he wants to walk near his son without me getting upset. And it's just weird stuff. I'm not gonna get upset. Let's not even get into that. But anyway, I just don't really like my husband walking 10 feet ahead of me everywhere we go. That's really what it is. Another thing is, he likes to go out as a family all the time, so we don't go out on dates. And we don't have any one-on-one dates. We've done that maybe 5 times, and maybe when we're on vacation sometimes. Well, actually, yeah, maybe when we're on vacation sometimes, but he doesn't believe in one-on-one dates. He just believes in like all family time. Another thing is you have to really share them, of course. Like, you don't have all the time. My husband works a lot on top of the fact that he's a dad, and when we go somewhere, it's because he says like, oh, I want to keep my promise to my son. So it feels like I'm just tagging along with this situation and nothing is about me ever. Like, oh no, my wife wants to go here, we're gonna go here, or me and my wife want to do this. It's never like that. It's like, my son wants to do this, we're gonna do this. My son wants to go here, we're gonna, like, that type of thing. So I'm just like tagging along for family events. And of course, everything that you do or don't do revolves around the kid's schedule. You are going to deal with the kid's mom popping in and out whenever she pleases. And you're gonna see just how strong that soul tie is between her and your man. Because if you say anything, you're getting your head ripped off. You deal with people thinking that you don't have the child's best interests, or that you're selfish and you don't care just because you didn't birth him or her. So it's like you're walking on eggshells around a child. And then, everyone loves their kid very, very much. I don't have a kid. And if you come into a situation like that and you don't have a kid, you know that you're capable, and when you get your own child, you're gonna love them like crazy. But that love even takes time. Sometimes even instantly you can love your child once you birth them, but it takes time to really fall in love with someone else's child, especially when they're like 13 and up. It's almost like falling in love with an adult. Especially when they want their dad to be back with their mom, or they're disrespectful, or they're not nice. It's gonna take time to really bond with that child if they have a wall up towards you. But when you come into a situation like that, you're expected to be insanely in love with this kid, just because your husband or your boyfriend, whoever is the father of that child, because they expect you to feel exactly the same way. And then my husband kind of gave this vibe that I was coming in between he and his son, which was strange. So it's just a weird feeling. It just feels like you're invading someone's already pre-established life and family.
I know I've done a separate video some time ago talking about why you shouldn't date single fathers, but her story and her situation is so sad because yesterday that's what brought me to the original video that I just posted. I saw a video of her, crying because he threw her out.
We can be brother and sister in Christ. Sorry, this couldn't work out. So I came to live with my family, but they're hopping from place to place because they don't have a place. 7 days here, 7 days there. It's the hardest situation. About to go through a divorce. My husband not being there for me, and he knows the situation my family's in. Which is one argument that we had before I left the house, because he said if your family loses their house, then they can stay here. But once it happened, I asked him and he said no. Now I'm in this situation with them because he doesn't want me back. I don't know. I just got a new job. And he said he's done helping me. He's done paying my bills on March 15th. So it's like helping my family, trying to pay my bills, not having a house, moving every freaking 7 to 14 days from place to place with the company my mom works for, because it's like they have vacation houses, but it's just the most humiliating, degrading, low position ever. And just to know that like I'm married and like my husband just doesn't care and isn't helping, doesn't want me. Like I left the house because you threatened to call the cops on me when I wasn't even yelling at you. I don't know what's going on in my life. I'm over it. I'm just like, what is happening? I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of struggle and pain.
He knew that she didn't have anywhere to go, number one. And because of Christianity, she didn't want, to shack up with him. So he hurriedly married her, right? But then she had to go through all of that with the child and the child's mother, to the point that they don't go on dates. They don't do anything without the child being involved. From what I'm seeing, she was just the glorified nanny. Okay, he needed somebody to help take care of his son for a certain period of time. But because he was one of those guys, okay, instead of just coming up to her and say, hey, I have an offer, okay, I want you to help me with my child. I have a place for you to stay in my house till you can, get on your feet. Like a decent human being will do, for however long you needed her to be there, pay her at the end of the month to help you with your situation. But he wanted free sex, free labor. He just wanted to use her, all right? And after he was done using her, he did a smear campaign, trying to make her look like the bad person. And when he was done, he discarded her like she was nothing. All right, young ladies, I know I'm saying this, but it's no shade to her, but I still have to talk about this, okay? Be very, very, very careful of these men, of these men, those ones who have children, especially in this situation, because you don't know what their mindset is. Now they don't even mind marrying you. You want marriage? Okay, let's get married. They will marry you, but they will still use you, okay? So I feel like we cannot win regardless of what we do. There are bad men everywhere, okay? And if you give them the opportunity, they will use you. But let me know about what you think about this situation in the comment section. A few people responded with their thoughts and opinions about her situation. So I'm going to play a few and I'm going to come back and go talk some more. And please don't forget to subscribe.
And these be the same niggas that get their ass on the platforms and talk about they want a traditional woman. They will go cross the seas to get a traditional woman, but can't keep up the traditional values, can't keep up the traditional households. But you going to put this lady out and tell her you tired of taking care of her.
I'm telling you from experience. The guy that I was talking to, I think he was like 12, 13 years older than me. He loved buying me. He came in strong. He bought me a nail salon within like a month or two of dating. No, a month of dating me, taking me out of town every weekend. He kept talking about his kids. I want to get my kids. I want to get my kids. But the way that he talked about his kids, you would think that they were like kids, like 5, 6 kids. This man had grown kids that he was trying to get. A boy and a girl. I think they were 19 and 21 or 18 and 21. He was so weird to me. Like, I'm young. So, yeah, I have my own kids, but you cannot make me be these grown adults, young adults, mama. Like, I remember one time he came in the shop. No, I came in the shop and I went straight to the back or something like that. Like, I spoke, but I went straight to the back. Do y'all know this man got so mad at me because he said, we cleaned up and you didn't even acknowledge it. I'm like, y'all are the ones that messed up. Why do I have to give y'all high fives for cleaning up a mess that y'all made? He used to be like, I'm finna come see you, but first let me cook for the kids. I went to cosmetology school and I was teaching his daughter how to do nails. This man got mad at me because he said that I'm not helping her with her homework. So I want this creator to run. Do not waste your youth on this grown man. He wants somebody to help him raise his grown adult. And it's not going to be you. You got to understand, older men that go for younger women, they want to manipulate us. They've been in the game longer than us, so they know how to manipulate us. And after my last situation, I never dated another older man again. Because this creator says she got married within 4 months of them dating. Yes, that's what they do. They try to rush everything. Just remember, when it comes from God, it's easy. It won't feel rushed. You won't feel pressure. You will have a sense of peace. Leave.
But in any of my previous videos, y'all know how much I go hard for and love the hell out of my husband. But let me tell you something. I was a single mom before, only for a couple years, but I was a single mom before. And my husband has said, hey, you can stay at home, you can do whatever you want, you can do all this, that, and the other during the day. I maintained a career for the entire 14 years of our marriage. I did take breaks on my business. I did take breaks on my job where I spent a few months at home with the kids. I had a wonderful 9-month maternity leave at home. Things like that. Those were perks. But let me tell you something, ladies. This whole persona of stay-at-home momhood on TikTok that I see, the women getting up in early and dancing and smiling and feeding their kids, the trad wife stuff, that could end any day. That could end any day. It doesn't even need to be during a divorce. It could be in the most devastating of ways. It could be anything. And I feel for her. I do. I truly do. But this is why I preach over and over again. And as a former military spouse dependent, I've seen too many times where I've had women stay in my home because of the situations they were in. Had to call their mothers, fly their parents out, because they did not have the ability to leave. Always have the ability to get up and leave. Always, if he says he's going to leave you, you should be able to look at him and be like, okay. Out there, we're already seeing things like Roe versus Wade overturned. I live in the state of Missouri, one of the worst fucking states ever. And knowing that men have that much more choice over our bodies than ours alone, ladies, I don't care if you're in love with Prince Charming. Always have your own. And if you don't, start to develop your own. Work at a small retail store, start a craft business, put aside some of his money as much as you can in your own account. My husband knows how I feel about all this stuff. But don't drink the stay-at-home mom, wife, trad wife Kool-Aid without protecting yourself first. It is devastating, and I feel for this woman.
It's not easy, I get it, okay? I can say have something going for yourself, find a job, do this and do that. But I also understand that sometimes in life, it doesn't matter what you do, shit happens. You don't plan for certain things and then certain things just pop up out of nowhere, okay? So I get it, but I'm still going to say it anyway. Do not ever, put yourself in a situation where somebody can decide your fate. Okay, because that's when people will show you. If you are a single woman without children, stay far away from these single dads, okay? They are light years ahead of the game. So ladies, be very, very, very careful. If you are young, don't give your youth to anyone. Don't give your labor to anyone. You're better off staying with someone, a friend or something. Yeah, because if you give someone the power to feed you, they also have the power to starve you. Okay, that stuck with me. I keep saying it over and over again. It's ingrained in my head. Okay, but I'm going to add another thing. If you don't have your finances in order, okay, if you don't have a place to stay, okay, if nothing is going on for you, the last thing that you should ever think about doing is going into a relationship with the hopes that he's going to be an amazing man who is going to provide for you. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's the worst place that you can put yourself. I'm happy that she didn't get pregnant and she didn't have a child, because that would have been a different story. At least she can pack her things and move around a bit until she can figure out maybe a job or, a place to stay or something. But imagine if she also got pregnant and this happened. Then you're trapped. Now you don't know what to do. You're stuck with a situation that you can't get out of because your finances are not in order, right? And you don't know what to do, right? And now they're going to treat you anyhow they want to treat you because they know that you have nowhere to go. It's painful, but it needs to be said. Have your own. Yes, I know we talk about marrying a guy who will provide and men are supposed to pay the bills and so on and so forth. A lot of guys pay the bills, okay, but they still don't care. All right, there's more power in having your own rather than having somebody to use that thing, to control you, because they have a place to stay, their credit is okay, they have a good job, and now you always need them because you don't have anywhere else to go. If they are not there, you can't do it on your own. You need to sort out your life. Okay? Having that power to move whenever you want, that is freedom. Okay? Not having to ask anybody about anything before you move about. Freedom. Waking up and choosing what you do with your day because you have your own, that is freedom. So financial freedom is key. I always point it out, okay? Don't do anything until you are financially independent. Because relying on men is a recipe for disaster. The way they will treat you, don't ask me. I know. When I talk about these things, it's because I've been there. I know what it is like. I'm not sitting here making a lot of noise, okay, and acting like I have everything together. No, that's not it. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourself. It's because I've gone through that. Okay, I've been there. And I know that they lie. And most of them just want to control women. And if you give them that power, my dear, it will kill your self-esteem. It will kill your joy. It will end up breaking you into pieces. So don't do that to yourself. First, seek financial freedom and independence. That's when you know true freedom. Okay? But anyway, let me know about what you think of all of this in the comment section. And I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.